Good morning to my lecturer. My name is Goh Ying. I want to present about what is financial planning. Financial planning is the process of estimating the capital required and determining its competition. Usually, a company creates a financial plan immediately after the vision and objective have been set. It is described each of the activity and resources have been set, and it also describes each of the activities, resources, equipment, and material that are needed to achieve this objective, as well as the time frame involved. Create a sound financial plan in 6 steps. First, establish your goal in life, like short, medium, or long-term goal. Second step is need to work out what asset and liability you have. You can write all your asset and liability that you have. Third step is evaluate your current financial position. How close are you to achieve your goal? Fourth is develop your plan. Create a roadmap for achieving your different goals. The fifth step is implement your plan. Like you need to make the change and make it happen. The last step is monitor and review your plan at least yearly and make adjustments when needed.
Today I'll be talking about cash flow planning. So what is cash flow planning? Cash flow planning enables the insured to control their premium payments that they must pay on their policies. Cash flow planning also enables the insured the guarantee to organize the stream of premiums which the insured can pay with his or her own income. Next up, we'll be talking about objective of cash flow. So first up, we have measurement of cash. Inflow and outflow of cash can be measured annually, which arises from activities such as investing, operating, and also financial activities. Next, we have generating inflow of the cash. Timing and certainty of generating the inflow of cash can help a management to make future decisions in terms of financially in their firm. Next, we have classification of activities. All activities can be classified into 3 types of activities, which is operating, and investing, and also financial, which enables the firm to analyze and integrate its various inflow and outflow of cash. So next up, I'll be passing to my group member, Basyl, for the next part. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the types of cash. The first type is operating activities, which includes any sources and uses of cash from operations. Okay, for example, receipts from sales, interest payments, salary to employers, or even income tax payment. Besides that, in the case of portfolio outstanding and investment companies, receipts from loans and debt or instruments are also included. Okay, moving on to investing activities, which includes any sources and uses of cash from the company's investment. Moving on to investing activities, which includes of any sources and uses of cash from the company's investment. For example, payment or sales of an asset, or probably loans paid to a vendor, or anything related to a merger or acquisition. Okay. Moving on to the last one, which is financing activities. Financing activities includes the sources of cash from investors and banks, as well as cash paid to stockholders. For example, payment of dividend payments, or even interest payments, and anything related to payment operations. Thank you.
This is my lecturer, Miss Savarish. I'm Lim Jian Chung from the MPU class, and today I'll be presenting about retirement planning. So first of all, I'll be talking about the definitions and also what's the meaning of retirement planning. So for retirement planning, it's a source of indicating the retirement and income goals. Besides, it's also the action and decision to achieve those goals. So for retirement planning, you must actually identify your source of income, estimating expenses, and also implementing a savings program and managing assets. So besides that, most importantly, you also must have future cash flows to estimate and also to determine if the retirement income goal will be achieved. So following up, I'll be talking about the goals and targets for retirement planning. So the actual saving of at least 80% of the income during the retirement is a must. It's actually a goal to achieve. It's because of having this decent amount of income will lead you to have a more comfortable retirement. Besides, the purpose of having a saving is important in order to carry out your future cash flow, like your spending in your retirement time, because there's no income during that time. So you must have a stable finance for you to spend for your upcoming life. Okay, following up, I'm talking about the phase. During your retirement, before the retirement, there will be two phases: early mid life and also the later life. So this will be still in your working life. So during the early mid life, your working life, people actually plan for the retirement too. So people in this stage are young, so they are very energetic and they have much energy to work. So they will actually strive harder, work harder to achieve their goals, like to achieve. For us, most of us is to own our own credit card. And besides that, also to have our own property so that we can have a family to live in. And in this, we also have to invest in this midlife, early life. We usually invest in insurance in order to support the family and retirement life. This to have the work harder to achieve their goals, like to achieve. For us, most of us is to own our own credit card. And besides that, also to have our own property so that we can have a family to live in. And in this, we also have to invest in this midlife, early life. We usually invest in insurance in order to support the family and retirement life. This by having an insurance actually give you a more comfortable and more secure feeling. Okay, following up, I'll be talking about the later midlife. So people in this stage will usually has a conservative account. It's because they are older already and they are no longer that they can't work that as much as how they are during the younger life. But then people in this period are actually they already have the finance with them, and what they need to do now is they are mostly saving in order to carry out this saving for their retirement life. They will also invest carefully in certain important matters, such as insurance will still be invested, but then for things that are for luxurious matter will no longer be fancy as often as they used to be. Expenses like study loan, credit cards, and mortgage like study loan will be paid off at this period, because at this age you no longer need study loan. And yeah, so therefore you have more disposable income to be used for investment. That's all for what I'm going to share for today, and hope you all understand what I'm get what there is in this retirement plan. Thank you very much.
I'll be talking about investment planning. Investment planning is a proper investment. It also allows them to investors fund to produce financial reward over the time. The risk and return. The return is lower compared to other form of investment, but not risky. Risky is a greater chance of such investment losing their value. Shares price moves up and down depending on manufacturer.
Four types of investment planning, which is bonds, shares, mutual funds, and lastly REIT, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. The first type of investment planning is bonds. When you buy a government or corporate bond, you're lending your money for a certain period of time at a fixed interest rate. In exchange, you receive a steady income stream to a regular interest payment. The other type of investment planning is shares. In another word for shares is in another word of shares are equities and stocks which represent ownership in a company. When you buy a share, you became a part of owner in the company and became an authorization to share in its future value and profit. There are two ways that company offer growth to investors. That is, generally value of the company increases, the value of shares also increases. Another way that offer company growth is you can earn dividends when the company chooses to pay part of its profits to shareholders as income payment. Share has its potential to generate very high return, although they also have the potential to fall in value if the company's performance drops. Next is mutual fund. Mutual fund is an investment vehicle made up of a pool of money collected from many investors for the purpose of investing in securities such as stocks, bonds, money market instruments, and other assets. Mutual funds operated by professional money managers who allocated the fund's investments and attempt to produce capital gains and income for the fund investors. A mutual fund's portfolio is structured and maintained to match the investment objectives stated in its prospectus. Lastly, REIT. which stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. It is quite similar to unit trust where money from hundreds of individual investors are pooled together to buy a large number of different assets, except that the investments are in property and real estates. The profit from such investments are passed on to investors in the form of dividends.
Hello everyone, I'm Nadia Mehtaf. I'm going to talk about my assignment part, which is definition of tax planning. And definition of tax planning started with analysis of the financial situation of a plan for tax perspective. The purpose of the tax planning is to ensure tax efficiently. What are the elements of financial planning working together in the most tax efficient manner possible? The tax planning is an important part of a financial plan as reducing tax and minimizing the eligibility of contribute to retirement plans are both, which is crucial for success, of course. The next part I would like to mention is objective of tax planning, which is minimization of litigation, productive investment, and healthy growth of economics. Also, economic stability. So I will start with the first minimization of litigation, which is there is a war-like situation between a taxpayer or a tax collector. It's always like former wants to tax liability to be minimum, while the latter attempts to exact the minimum. So a proper tax planning aims to conforming to the provisions of the tax law in such way the incident of litigation is minimized. The next one is productive investment. One of the major objectives of tax planning is channelization of taxable income to different investment plans. It aims at the optimum utilization of resources for productive causes and relieving the assets from tax liability. Healthy growth of economy. The growth and development of economy greatly depends on the growth of citizens. Tax planning measures involving generating wild money that flows freely and results in sound progress to the economy and is contributing. And for the foremost is economic stability, which is the most preferred thing. The proper tax planning brings economic stability by various techniques such as mobilization, research, and national projects, or availing ways to investments which are productive in nature. Overall, we can see the objective of tax planning is the most effective way to tax planning, and it's contribute to all taxes which is then gain. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Nirumala. I am going to speak about types of tax planning, which is a part of tax planning. There are three types of tax planning, which is short range, long range, permissive tax planning, and also purposive tax planning. For the short range and long range, short range means is made in each year to the land at particular or restricted objectives, whereas for the long range tax planning implies such practice embraced by the assessed which is not paid promptly. The next is permissive tax planning, in which the planning is made according to the communicated arrangement of the taxation law, is named as permissive tax planning. The last one, which is called purposive tax planning, which alludes to the tax planning technique which misdirect the law. Under this compose, there is no communicated arrangement of the statute. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wei Ling. I want to talk about our definition and purpose of insurance planning. Insurance planning is the process of analyzing what kinds of insurance is required for protection of a person's assets and ability to create assets. You can insure pretty much anything in these days, from the usual life, home, health, and car, and insurance to the uncommon things like a person's voice, hair, or even smile. Whatever is insured, the insurance comes down to two categories, which are protection of assets and protection of one's ability to produce assets. Assets protection is a type of planning intended to protect one's assets from creditors' claims. Purpose of insurance planning is pay for the medical bills and damage of our personal belongings or replace an item that has been stolen. Furthermore, it also takes care of our monthly living expenses, debts, and financial commitments. Moreover, insurance planning also provides some of the financial support in the event of disability, serious illness, or death, particularly if one of the family members is a breadwinner.
Hi Miss, my name is Shu Xin. Now I'm going to present the types of insurance. There are several types of insurance, which are life insurance, general insurance, general takafu insurance, family takafu insurance. Life insurance protects us and our life against the risks such as premature death, illness, disability, and hospitalizations. Term life insurance is one of the life insurance products that provide death benefit protections for a specific period. The policy pays benefit only if the insured dies during the terms. Whole life insurance is a type of permanent life insurance which provides a level death benefit upon the insured death. Whole life insurance policy also accumulate cash values. General insurance helps us protect ourselves and the things we value, such as our homes, our cars, and valuables from the financial impact of risks, big and small. from fire, flood, storm, and earthquake, to thief, car accidents, and even from the cost of legal action against us. Other than that, general Takafu insurance is provided to give protections for loss arising from perils such as accident, fire, flood, liability, and burglary.
Hi, my name is Tam Chee Lin, and the topic that I'm going to talk about is estate planning. Estate planning is the act of preparing for the task of the transfer of the individual's estate in the event of the individual's death. So, the estate can include stuff like the assets of the individual, the life insurance, pensions, properties, automobiles, debts, and other personal belongings. The estate plan must be set up by an experienced attorney, and it must be written, signed, and notarized by the owner of the estate. There are many tasks for the estate plans. Some that include the creating of the will, establishing a guardian for assisting dependents, creating or updating beneficiaries on plans such as life insurance, EPF, and SOXO. Well, there are 4 importance for the estate planning. The first one is to prevent assets from ending up with unintended beneficiaries, as if you don't have a will or you don't plan your estate, the court will decide for you and you might end up with people you don't want to. The second one is to protect families with young children. If you're a parent and you die, and both parents die before the children becomes 18, the court might decide the children to be with someone, to have guardians that you might not want. That's why you have to make a will. The third one is to eliminate family messes in the event that we are gone. Well, you know that finance and also money cause a family to turn on themselves. That's why by planning and also writing a will, you will let the family decide, you won't need to let the family to decide who will take what, because you already decided. The last one is to save time, energy, and also resources, as if you don't write the will, if you don't plan your estate, the court will decide for you, and it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it takes a lot of energy for a surviving family to go and to receive the estate. And that's all. Thank you.
In conclusion, for the budget, we need a plan for spending and saving money. We should choose the right kind of investment to obtain adequate insurances and to make the retirement plans. Thank you.